This is a video article spotlighting an important member of the Eide Bailey team. Janeen Hathcock is a senior manager based in Eide Bailey's Denver Tech Center office, but for the next 2 years, she is a fellow at the Governmental Accounting Standards Board, or as you may know it, the GASB. Janeen is the mother of two teenage boys and brings a unique perspective to the GASB, as she has been both a preparer and an auditor in her career. I'd like to thank you, Janeen, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to us. So let's get started. Janeen, what attracted you to become a GASB Fellow for 2 years?
Well, the GASB Fellowship is a once in a lifetime opportunity. As you said, Eric, I spent part of my career as a preparer in my local city's finance department. And I had been with Eide Bailey for approximately 6 years as a senior manager in the audit department when this opportunity presented itself to apply for the GASB Fellowship Program, which is sponsored by Eide Bailey. I was immediately interested in applying for the fellowship, as this would round out my experience of implementing standards, auditing standards, and writing standards. And I knew that this opportunity would provide me with significant growth opportunities. And it would also help our governmental clients across the firm upon my return. So I also believe that this opportunity will help my understanding as to why GASB issues standards, and then can provide me an opportunity to advocate for the GASB and the importance that they have on the governmental environment.
So Janeen, given how important your role is, what are the projects you're currently working on?
Sure. I'm currently working on the team for the financial reporting model. And right now we have issued the exposure draft, and it's currently in a comment period. I've been given a terrific opportunity to lead a project on risks and uncertainties disclosures. And currently we are in board deliberations. And I'm also on the prior period adjustments project, where we are also in board deliberations. And finally, I'm on the going concern disclosure project, and we are currently performing pre-agenda research. So overall, I feel as though I'm getting a variety of experience with projects in different phases.
Those are all very important projects, but I think to many of our stakeholders, our clients and non-clients, and certainly our employees, the GASB's financial reporting model improvements project is really important, and it's one of your projects, as you just said. For state and local governments, what are the most important proposed changes that they should focus on to provide feedback to the GASB, or to provide our team feedback, or to provide feedback to you? What are the most important changes that they should focus on?
Well, in my opinion, the most important proposed change to this project is the change to the short-term measurement focus and accrual basis accounting for the fund level. The exposure draft provides the state and local governments examples of applying this measurement focus and basis of accounting. And it also provides a comprehensive illustration of the financial statements and management's discussion and analysis. So if our stakeholders are interested in providing feedback on the financial reporting model, please familiarize yourself with that part of the exposure draft and let us know what you think.
And I agree. The changes to the governmental funds and the short-term financial resources measurement focus are really important for folks with proprietary funds. There'll be some other changes. And stay tuned because Eide Bailey is going to be doing some webinars coming up in the winter going through the financial reporting model project, and it's again very important. And we'll put that schedule out as soon as we can. So, what is it like to work at the GASB developing new GAAP?
Well, Eric, if I had to choose one word on what it is like to work on developing new GAAP, it would be humbling. Getting outside of my bubble in Colorado has allowed me to see governmental financial reporting through an entirely different lens. There are many more unique situations that governments encounter than I was aware of. So this requires an extensive amount of work when developing standards at the GASB. So I didn't realize the extent of GASB's due process from getting a project on the agenda and then to issuing the final statement. So from start to finish, some of these projects take years to develop. This extensive process though allows for significant amount of research, which include outreach to preparers and auditors and users. We have board discussions, and we also request feedback from the stakeholder community, like we're doing with the financial reporting model project right now.
And that feedback, in my personal opinion, is vital, from the stakeholders, and hopefully you'll get, not to inundate you, but hopefully you'll get hundreds of letters, that you have to go through. But that's vitally important, from all sizes of governments, and it's important that we all take a look at that. So, what skills or strengths are you developing as a GASB Fellow that you think you'll bring back to Eide Bailly when you return to public accounting a couple of years from now?
Well, the strengths that I am developing as the GASB Fellow include a strong research and presentation skills, for sure. Both skills will be a significant asset to bring back to Eide Bailly. In my opinion, strong research skills are imperative to this profession, which is constantly changing. And the ability to develop the board papers and present to the board and lead the board discussions, it not only strengthens my presentation skills, but it also strengthens my ability to think critically.
That's really important, and that research skills, presentation skills, we all go before the a city council or county board of supervisors or governing board, and just that ability to translate very complex GAAP is so important, and the ability to say, something, this is what the standards say and this is what it says in your financial statements in draft. Let's see how we can get the two together and make it happen. And that's going to be really important when you come back to us in a few years. So we're all in this really strange time, and especially you. How has COVID affected your fellowship and the program in general?
Well, I was able to begin the first 2 months of my fellowship in the Norwalk office. So I was fortunate to have that time to connect with the staff and the board members in person, which I will forever be grateful. But unfortunately, March came around and we were all sent home. But our project teams have done a really good job of utilizing the technology that's available to us. Most of our meetings are through Microsoft Teams or Zoom, which is nice because then you can see everybody's face. I don't believe that the fellowship program has suffered much. I still have been given the same opportunities that I expected to get, and I still have that same support from the staff, which include the board, the director, our project managers, and our postgraduate technical assistants. And then we also celebrate virtually. And we also have virtual lunch hours to try to keep things as normal as possible.
I think those are good things to do and important, and I think we're all trying to get adjusted to this. I know it's a trite phrase, but new normal. Hopefully, we get back to some form of normalcy beyond the new normal, sometime soon. I'd like to thank you, Janeen, again for taking the time. Should you have any questions for Janeen on the project she's working on, please feel free to reach out to her at the GASB. There's a contacts page there, or through your Eide Bailly professional.